Hi, it's Eben Pagan. Welcome to Internet Marketing 101. We're in session 3 now, which is on marketing strategy. So let's get started. What is the best strategy to use when marketing online? Well, in my experience, most inexperienced business owners try to get customers to buy instantly. In other words, they want a customer to show up on their website, pull out their credit card, and pay money starting right now. They don't want them to have to do anything. They just hope that people will show up with as one of my friends says, a bucket full of money and a bucket full of stupid, and combine them and just leave without their money. Now, this makes sense logically, right? It's logical that as a business owner, you would want to have a business where customers show up. It's logical that you'd want to have a business where customers show up and they buy stuff from you without that much hassle. But the reality of the situation is that customers who don't know you that well, they're going to need a little more hand-holding. All right, they're going to need a little bit more walking along the path of becoming a customer, a little bit more comforting. So in terms of strategy here, and we're not going to use this to mean something big and fancy, we're just going to use it to mean the basic approach that we take to our marketing and to our customers. We want to switch from, to use a dating analogy, a one-night stand strategy to a romance and relationship strategy. Hold on just one sec here. Okay. It's critical to remember when you're marketing online that more than any other marketing method, you're dealing with a scenario where the customer doesn't know you. They don't get to walk into your store. They are usually not calling you on the telephone. It's not like the old days where you could walk in and kick the tires and try something out. You've got this barrier called the internet. And you as a business, you could be anyone. Okay, you could be someone weird that's just trying to steal money, or you could be a nice little old lady who's, never told a lie in your life. But if you remember that your customers don't know you, they haven't had the chance to get to know you, like you, and trust you, it really helps. My friend Don Crowther, who teaches at StomperNet and in the Smarts program, he just spoke at one of my programs recently, and he had this great picture of a guy at a bar walking up to a woman and talking to her and then pulling out an engagement ring and saying, "Will you marry me?" And so the question is, would you ask someone you just met to marry you? And in the dating advice realm, which is a place I've done a lot of teaching, I teach a concept very like this. And what I'm implying here is that when someone doesn't know you, it really spooks them. It weirds them out to be asked to get into a deep relationship very quickly. Because again, they haven't had the chance to get to know you, like you, and trust you. And let me ask you, would you spend your money with a company that you didn't know? Okay, just generally speaking, would you want to spend your money? Would you pull out your credit card immediately and just trust that someone has your best interest in mind? And then maybe a more important question, once we understand this mindset of moving from a one-night stand strategy to a romance and relationship strategy, we want to ask ourselves, what would you want to know before buying from someone you don't know? Okay, what would you want to know before buying from someone that you don't know? And how would you want to feel? Right? What would you want to have experienced to get to the point where you feel like you could give someone that you don't even know your money? Especially when it's some business that obviously has a conflict of interest with you. And when I say conflict of interest, what I mean is, they obviously are trying to get your money, and you're obviously trying to get the most value you can. Right? What would you want to know? So the approach to take when we're marketing online is to think in what you might call stair steps. A stair step or a ladder approach is generally a far more profitable approach to take when marketing online. And the way that we take a stair step or a ladder approach is that we start out by offering something of value that solves a hot button problem. So instead of asking the customer to buy something or expecting them to pull out their money as soon as they get to our website, instead we offer something that is more like, a free treat that they get to enjoy before asking them to purchase the whole meal. When you're walking down the street in an outdoor mall in the summer, and you're not particularly thinking about food, but hey, you might have something if the right thing popped up, and someone's standing outside, and again, it's warm day in the summer. Someone's standing outside handing out free samples of ice cream in little cups with a spoon. As soon as you see it, you think, oh, yeah, that's what I need, right? I'm getting hot walking here. That sounds really good. You have a little sample of the ice cream, and then immediately you say, you know what? That's exactly what I need. Okay, because they've started offering something that solves a problem. In that case, it might be a problem you didn't really realize you had, or you may have just become conscious of it, but it makes it much more likely that you will be open to purchasing what it is that they're selling. And after you've offered something of value that solves a hot button problem, you then start building trust and building a relationship by adding value and educating your prospects. One of the most valuable strategies that I've ever learned in marketing comes from a gentleman named Jay Abraham, who's widely considered to be one of the top marketing gurus, if not the top modern marketing guru. I learned from him that it's important to not only sell, but also to educate when you're marketing. And in fact, the idea of using education to market has become the foundation of all of my marketing success online. And what this means is that when someone shows up, they don't know you, they don't trust you, you're trying to build this stair step or ladder approach, maybe you're offering something of value, a little teaser, a little treat that the customer can come and get for free. They show up, and then you gotta say, oh, how do I build this relationship with them? What do I do to take things to the next level? Well, if you put yourself in their shoes, you imagine you're them for a moment, you come back and you realize, oh, they don't know what they don't know. They haven't even had the chance yet to really start figuring it out. I mean, maybe they've done some research online and they've done some comparative shopping, but they don't know what to look for. They don't know what quality is. They're probably looking at the wrong things. They're probably believing someone who's telling them stuff that isn't true. So the best way that I could build relationship with these folks is to educate them about what they need to know in order to choose a good product like the one that I'm selling. So offering education, free education, to really make your customers stronger, more kind of better educated to the pitfalls that they could avoid, more savvy about the market. This is what can really help you. And with the internet, you can essentially do it for free. You can use things like email autoresponders and online blogs and other marketing systems that take not that much time and can often be done for little or no money to really educate your customers. It's another one of the miracles of the internet. So again, think in stair steps or a ladder, a multi-step approach. Generate a lead, find someone who's interested, give them something of value, build a relationship over time, and then educate and sell so that they can feel like they can trust you and they can get savvier and smarter about what it is that they're doing as a result of meeting you. Now, a technique that I like to use is what I call moving the free line. Moving the free line. This is a concept I teach in some of my more advanced marketing programs, but I'll just give you the core of the idea here. As I mentioned, the internet has made it possible to give away far more value for free than ever before. Okay, the internet's really facilitated the ability for us to give away lots of stuff. Years ago, when we used to do marketing offline, it was very expensive to give things away. As an example, if I wanted to give away a free video to anyone who is interested, I would have to shoot the video on cumbersome and bulky equipment. I would have to edit the video on more cumbersome and bulky and expensive equipment. Then I'd have to have videotapes duplicated at great expense. Then I'd have to store the videotapes in a warehouse and hire a shipping and fulfillment company to ship them. And I'd have to spend a couple or a few bucks each for the shipping and probably a couple or a few bucks each for the packing and the handling. By the time it was said and done, if I wanted to give away a 1-hour video that was worth 50 or 100 bucks, I would have to pay probably $20 to give that video away. And that's in bulk. That's in 1,000 or 10,000 copies. If I wanted to just give away 10 of them, well, they'd probably cost 500 bucks a piece, with all the duplication and the fulfillment and all the shooting of the video and so forth. Well, what the internet has done is it's created what I call the desktop production revolution. Okay, it started with desktop publishing back in the 80s and 90s, where instead of going and having to spend a lot of money and time laying out a flyer or an advertisement, it was very expensive, again, cumbersome, took a lot of time and money to do. You could lay the whole thing out in a simple program like PageMaker, print it out on my laser printer, and bam, there you go. I could do all the things inside of my own computer. I could do it all myself. And design took off, and desktop publishing and design became very popular. And you can see that there's a lot more high-quality design work done now as a result of the desktop publishing revolution. Well, now, with what I call the desktop production revolution, I can go and buy a simple laptop computer like the one that I'm doing this presentation from right now, and on this laptop computer that I could spend anywhere from a few hundred to maybe a couple $1,000s on, I can record video and audio, I can edit it, I can compress it, I can upload it to free video hosting sites. I can do the whole thing right here with a tiny set of tools that cost a small fraction of what that offline equipment used to cost. And then maybe even more incredibly, I can distribute that video to as many people as I want, essentially for free, by using free video hosting sites. Now this is really a big deal. Most people don't get the enormous power that they now have. In the past, publishing of books and videos and audios, it was only available to the big boys, okay, to the big companies. They were the ones that had the money and the power to publish. Well, now individuals can do it. Individuals can publish online, and with the free hosting services, they can do it for free. So what you can do is you can create a video using a little flip video camera, or even the camera that's built right into your laptop. I'm sitting here using a MacBook laptop that's got a camera built right into it. And with a program like ScreenFlow, which is actually the program that I'm using to record this video right now, that costs like $100. I think it's $99 or $97. It records video and it records what's being captured on the screen all at the same time, records the audio from the microphone inside the computer, and you can make professional quality video productions right there. In fact, I can make a video using stock software that came on my Mac, and in a $100 desktop recording program, I can make videos that look cooler than professionally shot and produced videos from 10 or 20 years ago, I mean, it really is spectacular. It's really amazing what this technology can do. And now I can take that video that's valued at $50 or $100 and I can give it away to as many people as want to check it out. And they don't have to wait for it to be shipped in the mail, and they don't have to make sure they've got the right device to play it on that's compatible. They can just click on a link and start watching the video. So as a kind of a general principle here, and you might want to write this down, the more value you give away, the more prospects you attract. Okay, the more value you give away, the more prospects you attract. When you move the free line, meaning give away stuff that it used to be only practical to charge for, you're going to attract a lot more potential prospects. So to start out, I recommend that you move the free line by creating what I call a free line product, something that's worth at least 50 or 100 bucks, and then give that product away. Just give it away. And if you use some of the other techniques that we'll be talking about here, you'll be able to capture the leads from those people that come to get your free line product and then build a relationship with them over time. So here's a little case study of how I've used this idea. And I'll show you other samples of how I've used moving the free line that are a little more simple. But this is one just so you can see how big you can go with this. Okay, I used to move the free line, and still do actually in some of my businesses, by giving away simple things like a little free report or a free tip if you opt into my newsletter, or download a free audio or a PDF or something like that. But in this launch here, which was for our high-end training program called the Guru Mastermind, and keep in mind this is a training that costs between $6,000 and $12,000 a year to be part of. So it's professional level training. This isn't something that you're going to start out doing, I guess. So the example that I'm giving you here would be used for something that's more high end. But when I did this, which was, let's see, we launched this about 1.5 years ago, I asked myself, how far could I take this moving the free line concept? I mean, is it possible to take it too far? And I'm sure that it is. But I asked myself, what if I could give away $1,000 worth of value? And what if I could give away $1,000 worth of value to tens of thousands of people? Okay, so not just a couple of people, but give it away to a lot of people. Could I create millions or maybe even tens of millions of dollars worth of free value that I could just give away? And how would that result? What would the result be in terms of sales that would come back to me? So here's what I did. I started out by creating this blog that you see here, which you can actually go see at gurumastermindvideoblog.com. And I started putting content on this website. Content meaning videos and free reports and interviews and other types of trainings. And I talked to some of my friends who were really smart internet marketers and got advice from them about what to put up on here. And I did surveys and let's see, I think we gave away some software and just really went crazy with it. And what I found is that the more stuff I gave away, the more people came, the more they told others, the more affiliate partners who are others that have lists that would like to promote your products, the more of them said, wow, this is great stuff. The more they sent their customers to my website. And it grew and grew and grew. And it had tens of thousands. I don't remember the exact numbers right now, but I think we had like 30 or 40,000 people, unique people come to this website. Many of them kept returning over and over. And when I did the final calculation, I calculated that I gave away tens of millions of dollars worth of free training on this website. Now you might say, okay, you gave away millions or tens of millions of dollars worth of value, but what did you get out of it? I mean, it's crazy to give away all that value without getting anything in return. But the good news is that we did first an internal product launch, which means that we launched our Guru Mastermind training, but only to the people that were already on our list. And we did a product launch that I calculated was probably worth $1 million. And then we went and did an external product launch, which means we went out to our marketing partners and we asked them to tell their lists about it. And we did another product launch that was worth millions of dollars. And we did this all within a couple of months. So we essentially did a combination internal, external product launch that resulted in millions of dollars worth of sales. And it all started by me just giving away a lot of cool free stuff. It's noteworthy to keep in mind that the Guru Mastermind, this information product training, which again, the tuition investment is $6,000 to $12,000 per year. This is the first time we had ever done a coaching program, a high-end coaching program like this. Actually, let me think about it. I think it's basically the first time we'd ever done a high-end coaching program quite like this one. It was from scratch. There wasn't any other program like it that I was aware of. And we had just gotten started marketing in the information marketing and kind of business training world maybe, I don't know, 6 or 8 months before this. Okay, before that, I'd always done stuff in the dating advice and so forth. So this was a new business in a new category, a completely new type of coaching program. It was very high-end, which is challenging to sell. And right out of the gate, we did millions of dollars worth of sales because I just said, let me give away a lot of great free stuff. So what I recommend that you do if you're getting started is take a word from the wise, from me and from others that have used this strategy with great profit and success, and create something that's worth a really strong amount of value, a serious weight of value, and then give it away. Give it away to as many people as you possibly can. Now, with that strategy of moving the free line, you're going to want to use another strategy that's a fundamental strategy in internet marketing. And this is the strategy of building an email list. And I think that the email autoresponder and list management systems that have been created online are one of the big innovations in marketing in all of history. Not just a little bit and not just online, but in all of history. They're really a big deal. And in fact, if you do anything in the information marketing world, in other words, if you sell books or audio programs or coaching or seminars or consulting or members areas or any of this type of thing, my guess is that email autoresponders and email marketing are where the great majority of all of that stuff are sold to this day. So it's really a big deal. Now, an email autoresponder system, in case you're not familiar with it, is a system that allows you to set up a little form on your website where someone can enter their name and their email address. And the form is just the boxes, where it says name, and then there's a box, and email address, and there's a box. And then they could submit it, and they can sign up for your list. And then the email autoresponder and the list management system allows you to send your list a communication anytime you want. But it also has this great functionality called autoresponder, which means you can pre-program an entire series of communications. And you can time them. You can space them out by number of days, how far apart you want the communications to go out. So that if someone signs up for your email list today, they'll get the first autoresponder, and it'll say, for example, "Hi, welcome to my list. Thanks for joining my newsletter. Keep your eye on your email. Tomorrow I'll be sending you some great free tips on how to lose weight and get into shape for summer, or to get into shape and have that beach body you've always wanted." And then tomorrow I can send out my first tip. Right? And it can be called something like how to lose 5 pounds of fat in 25 days, or whatever it is that you want to call your first tip. And then the next day you can send them another tip, and the next day you can send them another tip. But keep in mind, because it's an autoresponder, the computer is doing all the work. You've preset all these messages, and you've preset the timing, and the computer just follows up and sends them out one after another, so that someone that signs up today will have the exact same experience and get the exact same series of messages as someone that signs up tomorrow or in a month or in a year. And when you just stop to think about how big of a deal that is, that the computer will keep track of all the messages and it will sequence them, and that every person that comes and signs up for your email list will get the exact experience that every other person has had, and there won't be anything that you have to do after initially setting up the email autoresponder series, you start to get a feel for the power of what's involved in something like this. Now, you can go sign up for a system like SendPepper or GetResponse. These allow you to build and manage a list inexpensively. You can sign up for these systems for $20, $30 a month to get started and put in a whole series of autoresponders, and they'll manage your list and do everything for you. Again, really amazing, $20, $30 a month. It's also important to remember to capture leads on your website and then follow up with valuable newsletters and promotions. One of the most important things that you can possibly do on your website, and we're going to talk about this here for a minute, is to remember that when someone comes to your website, they're the hottest they're going to be. Okay, they're probably not going to come back to your website. They may, but on that first visit, you want to make sure that you capture them and you build a relationship with them. Now, one of the things that we did early on in some of our dating advice businesses that was really never done before publicly, I did this on the recommendation of my good friend Dean Jackson, is we put up what's called an opt-in form or an opt-in landing page so that when someone came to our website, they couldn't come in unless they entered their name and their email address. Okay, so they couldn't even come into the website unless they opted in to be on our list. Now, most people thought that we were crazy when we did this, okay, because we were turning away 80% of the people that came to our website. In other words, 80% came, saw the opt-in form, and said, no, I don't want to opt in for that. So they just left. Even people that worked with me, they were driven nuts by this whole concept. How could we turn away 80% of the people that were visiting our website? Well, the reason we could turn them away is because those were the tire kickers and the low-quality customers anyway. And what we learned is that if someone was serious, they would opt in and give us their name and email address, and then we could follow up with a series of autoresponders. And because we followed up with them and sent them literally hundreds of messages, that the long-term or the lifetime value or the total amount of sales that they would create was a lot more than if we didn't have an opt-in form and we just let people come in to our website. So for a lot of people, this is it's like a little psychological challenge to overcome, right? Figuring out how to convince themselves to put up an opt-in form and to not let people come into their business or into their website unless they've signed up, become a member, signed up for the email newsletter list, etc., etc. But I will tell you from a lot of experience that if you can figure out how to get an opt-in form and to capture leads on your website, and then figure out how to follow up with valuable newsletters and promotions and communications, you're probably going to increase your business dramatically, okay? Dramatically. Usually when I teach this or I'm working with someone and I recommend that they get an opt-in form as the first thing that is seen on their website, the first thing they say is, yeah, but what about my normal customers who like to just come to my website and look around, or I don't know about this, I don't want to turn all these people away. What I say is just test. Just test it for a week. Great thing about the internet is you can test an opt-in form, try it for a week, and then put your old website up. Just takes a few clicks of the mouse, basically. You can have your webmaster do this in almost no time at all if you're not the technically inclined type. Just put up the opt-in box and see what happens. And watch your sales. Like, see what's happening to your sales. It's okay. If sales go down, you can take it off. But I think what you're going to find is sales are probably going to go up because you're going to be following up with people and you're going to start being able to build a deeper relationship, but also you're going to start seeing your email list and your customer list build over time, and you're going to realize that you've got an asset. As my email list built, as I was first building my first business online, and then I started sending out email newsletters and realizing that I would make a few sales every day, but then when I'd send out an email newsletter, I'd make 20 sales, and I could see that equation, and I could see how sending out that newsletter resulted in all those sales. I realized, wow, I have this asset here. I have this huge asset in my list, and I can go to the list anytime, press a few buttons, and make money. That was the aha that did it all for me. Here are a few examples of landing pages from a couple of our businesses. Two of the landing pages are from a dating advice business that's called Double Your Dating, and one of them is the one over on the right, is a landing page that I created for the launch of our Guru Home Study course training program. Now you can see there are really three styles here. The first style all the way to the left is our original design that has run for years and that we still use. And it's a simple headline, a few bullets of what you're going to learn when you come inside, and then an opt-in form. The next style is a pop-over landing page. This is a simple script that you put on your website that you can get for free online. You can just go to Google and type in pop-over landing page script or pop-over opt-in page scripts, and you'll be able to find something like this. And you can see that underneath the popover, or underneath the form, kind of grayed out in the background, is a tip. In this case, it's what we call the kiss test, which is how to tell if a woman is ready to be kissed. And the man that is coming to this site can see that, and he can see, oh, if I just opt in, I'll be able to get that tip immediately. And then the third style that we're featuring here is from a product launch that we did. And this incorporates a video. So it's very similar to the other two, where it's got a headline and some copy. But instead of having the bullets or the tip visible, I share the information in the video. So I actually talk about the benefits that you're going to get inside this short video. So on this landing page, the video might be 2 minutes long. And what I'm offering here is actually a much longer video that I think it was 44 minutes long. And it was me sharing many of my best techniques for building an information product marketing business. And I created this as a freeline video that I really believed. Hold on just one sec here. Got a loud airplane flying by. I just want to make sure and get a clean version of this for the recording. So this landing page here is actually a promotion for a video that I created that was about 44 minutes long, I think, inside, where I shared my best techniques for building an information product business, a video that I really feel is worth at least $100. And as you can see, it's a very, very simple design. Okay, you can't screw this up. There's a video, there's a headline, there's some copy, and then there's the place where you enter your name and email, and then there's a button that says, show me the free video. Okay, it's very, very, very simple. Now let me ask you, if you were interested in learning how to build an information marketing business and you landed on this page and I started talking about how you're about to watch a 44-minute free video that's got all the techniques, all my best techniques for building an information marketing business for free, the video's worth $100, all you need to do is enter your name and email to watch the video, plus I'll send you more great free videos to show you how to grow an information marketing business. What are you going to do? Opt-in pages like this with qualified traffic often get 50% and higher opt-in rates. I've seen over 60% with some sources of traffic. Very, very powerful. So I'm combining the idea of moving the free line, giving away a very valuable free training video, with the idea of building an email list and then following up with autoresponders and other marketing. Okay, very powerful 1-2 punch. So this is how I move from a kind of wham bam thank you ma'am strategy to a relationship and romance approach and an education-based marketing approach. Okay, so let's do an exercise here. Exercise number 3. What I'd like you to do is throw out the old model of just trying to sell somebody something quickly and outline a 3-step process. Just start with 3 stair steps, a 3-step process to attract prospects, convert them to subscribers, and then convert to a first sale. Now, your marketing process might be give away a free video, go talk about the free video on social media websites, promote the free video to lists of other people who are in the same business. That might be step 1. Step 2 might be create a landing page that offers the free video in exchange for an opt-in. And then, of course, set up an email autoresponder system and a list. And then write a series of 10 email autoresponder follow-ups that include valuable education. And at the end of each email newsletter or email autoresponder, invite the prospect to come learn more great free tips like this by investing in my product. Or if you're selling a hard copy product or something lumpy or something tangible, you give away the information and then tell them that if they want to get the result they want to get the benefits, to come and buy my product. Incorporate offering a free line product that's worth at least $50 to $100. Now you may say, well, I'm not in the video business. I'm not an information marketer. My friend Alex Mondosian has a great quote. He says, every marketer is an information marketer. We're all in the information business. Whatever you sell can be enhanced with information. You can show me a video of how to use it, a video of the mistakes to avoid when buying one, etc., etc. So you can create a free line product, a free video or a report that's worth at least $50 to $100 and offer it for free on your website. And then finally, build trust, credibility, and value, ultimately resulting in asking for the sale. And you do this with your follow-ups. So right now, take a few minutes and outline a 3-step process, okay? Not just a 1-step process of buying and wham bam, but a 3-step process to attract prospects, convert them to subscribers to your email newsletter and email list, and then convert them to a first sale. Start by offering a free line product worth at least $50 to $100, and then finally build trust, credibility, and value, finally resulting in asking for the sale. So, take out a blank piece of paper, do that exercise now, and when you're finished, go on to session 4.